We start with that foundation. And the Four Immeasurables are directly sort of working with this, because happiness cannot be achieved in isolation. And that's the key thing here, isn't it? That famous phrase that I keep using, but I still don't know where it comes from. I must check. But that the happiness of one depends upon the happiness of all. The happiness of all depends upon the happiness of one. And this is because all life is interdependent, right? This cushion that I'm on, this room that we are in, those who are joining by Zoom, how many people, if we were to count how many people were involved in the miracle of the fact that we can all join and be here sharing together right now. The fact that we're in this room, all the people who have come together to make it so, each one playing a small role or a big role. Every enjoyment that we have, everything that we experience in life, the happiness of one depends upon the happiness of all. And so all life is interconnected. The very cushion that we're on, this table that I'm using, you know, that usual example of thinking about the origins of your cup of coffee or your cup of tea, right? How many different people were involved in that process and so on. But nowadays we have this sense that we are an independent island. We have this sense that we are something separate, right? And people have this idea, well, you know, I'm a self-made person, right? I didn't get any handouts. I've made my life. I've earned my money. You might think, you know, the fact that we're joining online, yeah, well, I paid for my internet. I paid for my laptop. We have this sense that it's just me. I did it. But when we really look into it, we see that it is completely interconnected. The very fact that we can walk and talk is a gift that was given to you by somebody who cared for you, that gave you that time, who gave you that energy. So even somebody who perhaps lives in the forest and built their own home out of wood might say, you know, well, I've done this all myself. But yeah, somebody taught them how to walk and talk. Somebody taught them that this is a hammer and this is a nail and this is how, you know, they learned these things. And so no one of us can say we're an independent island. We don't have to make our own clothes. We don't have to grow our own food. So these four immeasurables is just opening up to a fact that already exists, something that is already real. And we reconnect with that. And in doing so, we gradually work on removing ill will, cruelty, jealousy, harmful desire, competitiveness, all these minds that are about the separation. Because these are not happy minds, right? We see these minds out there on a daily basis. We see it on social media. We see it in the news. We see it. It seems to be growing, actually, really, in our society, this feeling of unease, this disconnect with others. Especially those we feel who are not in line with our own values and our own beliefs. We see a huge separation there. And so on social media, it's rife, right? Arguments about politics, about sports, about world affairs, about rights and equalities. And then we have one side, one group who think they're right and they know everything and they judge and they hold the others in contempt. And then the other side, who also from their perspective are completely right. They are how they see it is completely right. And they judge and they have contempt for the other side. And we're all separating in this way. That sense of superiority, being correct, we're better than. And it's not only divisive on that wider scale, but on the individual scale in day-to-day life. Having this mind, getting worked up, feeling that sense of unease, that anger, that ill will, cruelty, jealousy towards others, it's not a very enjoyable mind, is it? Feeling these minds. Or even just this sense of loneliness, this sense of disconnect, this feeling of feeling like we're not important, we're not valued, we're very alone in life, not part of anything. These four immeasurables, they help with all of that.